Yo guys, how's it going? AKMoto here today. We're going to be cleaning up my Pro Circuit exhaust for my Yamaha YZ125. This exhaust is in need of some serious work and some serious cleanup, so let's take a look at it right now. Alright guys, so let's take a look at what we have to work with here today. So here I have my Pro Circuit silencer, which has never been repacked before, so we're going to repack that. Here we have our pipe, which is in need of a nice cleanup, pretty dirty and just overall not looking very shiny, so we're going to shine that up. And here are some of the new parts we're going to be using. So here we have this Bolt motorcycle hardware kit, and here are a few pieces I just pulled from it. So we have our exhaust seal, of course we have some new O-rings, of course we're going to put on some fresh O-rings. Here we have some exhaust springs because our old ones were getting pretty crusty and rusty. And then we have some new hardware over here just to kind of freshen up some of the bolts. And then underneath all that we have some Lex 2-stroke silencer packing, so we're going to be repacking our silencer today. Alright guys, now let's take a look at some of the tools and equipment I will be using. So over here we have this central machinery from Harbor Freight, 8-inch bench grinder, of course with the light, whatever. And this is going to be more of a buffer than a bench grinder because that's how I just use it. I use it more of a buffer, but it's a little bit cheaper than a buffer, and this is just what I have at the moment, so I'm going to be using it. So the only real big difference from this and a buffer is the buffer has way longer arbors, of course giving you a little more room to get into the tight areas, but this works great for now. It's just a little more compact, but it will work good. Over here we have some buffing wheels which I picked up from Harbor Freight as well. I'm going to be trying these out to shine up the silencer, and of course some polishing compound will be a must. Alright guys, and over here we have some Permatex Red RTV high temp gasket maker. This stuff is great for helping to seal up the exhaust once it's on the bike. Here we have a MAP gas torch just in case I decide to put any coloring into the welds. And then over here we have some eye protection and a respirator, which is an absolute must anytime you're working with a bench grinder. So yeah guys, definitely do make sure you use a respirator. This is a very important piece of equipment anytime you're doing any type of grinding or any type of abrasive work really. And finally, these Primax cleaning pads. Today, I won't be using the coarse, but I will be using the fine one here on the right. And these things, guys, are the bee's knees when it comes to metal finishing and shining up aluminum and shining up your exhaust over here. So this is what we're going to be using to get the nice finish on the exhaust. And I will link everything here I'm using down in the description below so you can get it yourself and do this for yourself at home. Alright, so here we're just going to remove the old seal and little retaining clip with it. Oh yeah, look at that guys, doesn't even want to come off. Alright, now we're going to remove the old O-rings from the exhaust. I'm using a 90-degree pick here, just to make my life a little easier. Jeez, these O-rings are like liquefied in here, what the heck? There we go. Disgusting. Now I'm just going to get some contact cleaner and try and clean out some of that old gasket material. Alright guys, so I just gave the exhaust a quick little soak in the soak tank and now it's drying off. And yeah guys, it is super dirty. So I needed to give it a quick little soak. Now it's going to dry off and we're going to get to freshening it up. Alright guys, so the pipe is all done with the soak and it's air dry. And the bottom of this pipe has a ton of little rock chips and dings, so we're gonna have to work on that. Alright guys, now we're gonna get to the real work here and get this pipe looking new. Now I just want to mention, of course, again, I will be wearing all the safety gear you see here, so respirators, some eye protection here. I'm also gonna be wearing gloves. Now some people say you shouldn't, and I agree. A general rule of thumb when using a grinder is you shouldn't be wearing gloves. But in this case, we're using such a big part, and this wheel isn't a really crazy abrasive wheel. It's more of like a finishing wheel. saw in those pictures, I got the exhaust pipe all done, and now we're going to be moving on to the silencer. So first we're going to be ripping off this old sticker. Alright guys, now we're going to start disassembling the silencer. Here we're just going to remove some of these Allen bolts. We have 3 of them right here, and pull out the back. Alright guys, now we're going to soak some parts from the silencer into our parts washer here. And yes, I did already remove all the packing. You definitely wouldn't want to soak your packing inside of a parts washer. Just going to scoot that over, drop that in there. Alright guys, so the silencer housing is all clean, and I went around the outside just really quickly with a Scotch-Brite to just kind of clean up the metal. And now I'm going to go through and torch the tip of the silencer here, and hopefully we can get some cool color going. Alright guys, we got the tip of the silencer all colored up and tricked out. So now we're going to go through and try and polish out the body. Here I had to kind of rig something up guys. So what I did was I took an old pallet here, used a C-clamp to somewhat hold down the bench grinder. And here I actually had to use a wheel spacer, an old wheel spacer inside of here to hold down this buffing wheel because the inner diameter is way too big. So yeah, that's kind of working so far, so hopefully this holds up, and yeah, let's try polishing out this part. I have never polished something before, so this is going to be one heck of a learning experience. Alright guys, so here's where we're at, finished on the part wise. Has a slight polish to it, but yeah, I had to go through and clean off the part because the part was getting pretty dirty, and it was actually pretty full of the polishing compound. But a lot of that was actually just breaking in the wheel, and you can see this wheel still not broken in. See all the dark spots? That's the spot accepting our white rouge compound, polish compound, and then these light spots are parts of the wheel that aren't. So this wheel isn't totally round, which is fine, but I'd say like about 2/3 of it are. So yeah, this is a cheaper polishing wheel, but yeah, working all right so far. Alright guys, so we're all done buffing out the part, and it looks pretty cool. Has like a brush dish mirror shine. But we're going to take this one step further and use some Mother's aluminum polish on this and really bring out that nice shine. Alright guys, now we're going to get to repacking the silencer. So over here I have some gloves. That's pretty much a must when working with this fiberglass stuff. A respirator is always a good idea just so you don't breathe in any of the stuff. And of course eye protection. Let's get that on right now. Here we have some painter's tape. Any real tape will work, but painter's tape is the best. And then we're going to cut it up into small strips. And yeah, here's everything we're going to be working with. And you want to remember when you are packing a silencer not to pack it too tightly, especially these two-stroke ones, because it kind of defeats the purpose if you pack it super tight, because then the sound waves, instead of traveling through the packing, will just travel straight out and it'll act more like a straight pipe. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're repacking a silencer. Don't pack it too tight. You shouldn't have to hammer super hard on the core to get it back into the case here. Alright guys, now we're going to throw some fresh O-rings from our bolt kit into the pipe. Guys, so the pipe's all done and I'm super stoked about how it turned out. I couldn't have asked for the pipe to come out any better. So again, I went through and shined up everything and repacked the silencer, and yeah, we have some fresh hardware, and I have the mounting hardware soaking in the parts washer over here. But yeah guys, so we're all done and I got a pretty big mess to clean up over here. So yeah guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I had a ton of fun making this video, shining up the exhaust again, and it turned out super sick. So hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.